Now, the next thing that we are tasked with doing is to find 3 additional points on our graph. I've rewritten our function. It was x plus 2 times x minus 5 all over x plus 3, x minus 1, x minus 5. Now, you may be wondering, wait, that's our original unsimplified. And you're right. We need to use the simplified form. So we're going to use the simplified f of x, which is going to be our x plus 2 all over x plus 3, x minus 1. You may be wondering why I even put the original unsimplified version up, because we need to make sure that we do not use certain points. First point that we cannot use. Can't use -2. That's our 0/x-intercept/root/solution. That's our numerator. We can't use x equal to -3 or x equal to 1. Those are our vertical asymptotes, what came from the denominator. And then this is why I had the unsimplified version first, because you cannot use x equal to 5. We've already found that that is the hole in our graph. After that, it doesn't matter what you decide to choose. You get to pick whichever x values you want. I'm going to do my xy chart. So xy. And then my ordered pairs, because it's asking for the additional points. Let's see, we have a vertical asymptote of -3. So I'm going to plug in a -4. And then -3, we already have a -2. We have another vertical asymptote at 1. So I'm going to go on either side of the 1. I'm going to do 0, which is 1 less, and we'll do 2, which is 1 more. So let's find out what we get when x is equal to -4. And remember, I just pulled these numbers out from wherever I want, except for the do not use buttons. So I'm just going on either side of my vertical asymptotes. So we're going to plug in -4 wherever we see an x in our original simplified function. So we're going to have -4 plus 2 up top all over -4 plus 3 times -4 minus 1. And from this point, you can either do the mental math or use your calculator. Up top, we get -2. In the bottom, -4 plus 3 gets us a -1. And -4 minus 1 gets us a -5. Doing some simplification, we get -2 all over +5, which means that we found the ordered pair. -4, -2 fifths. And yes, you would need to show this work. You can't just give the XY chart. Let's find out what happens when x is equal to 0. So we're going to plug 0 in wherever we see an x in our simplified factored form. We're going to have 0 plus 2 all over 0 plus 3 times 0 minus 1. And again, you can either do the mental math or use your calculator. You're going to have to use a simplified fraction or simplified answer anyway. So maybe you want to double check it in your calculator after doing the mental math. 0 plus 2 gets us 2. 0 plus 3 is 3, and 0 minus 1 is -1. 2 all over -3, but you know that we don't leave a negative in the denominator. It's not okay. It's ugly in mathematics, so you need to bring that negative either out front or up top. And we find our ordered pair, 0, -2 thirds. Let's find our last one. We have x equal to 2. So again, we're going to plug in 2 wherever we see an x in our equation. So up top, we're going to have 2 plus 2 all over. We're going to have 2 plus 3 times 2 minus 1. And let's go ahead and work on simplifying. Up top, 2 plus 2 is 4. In the bottom, 2 plus 3 gets me 5 times the 1 that comes from 2 minus 1. And I get positive 4/5. Yes, I know, all of these fractions, but it's okay. I know, all these fractions, but it's all right. Fear no fraction. And we just found the 3 ordered pairs that they requested. Our ordered pairs are -4, -2/5, 0, -2/3, and 2, 4/5. If you do the XY chart, make sure that you still write your ordered pairs with the parentheses and commas because it specifically asked for points. If you just do the X and the Y columns, you haven't given the ordered pairs or the points.